This is not financial advice on Shiv. Shiv is the cash tag for Shiba Inu, a derivative project of the Shiba Inu asset, which is a top 20 market cap project in the cryptocurrency space. Shiba Inu is the dark Shiv, and this meta really spoke to me as a former SHIB loyalist who lost a lot of investment opportunities because I was loyal to a flag and not the space of cryptocurrency. Here's a side-by-side comparison of how the projects are basically identical, except for the supply of Shiv is drastically smaller than the supply of SHIB. And one of the reasons I was so bullish about the SHIB asset initially is its fractional nature. There's trillions of tokens. Here's the how many people follow on the X platform. It's almost 9,000, and that's a really good metric of popularity for that platform. This project reached an all-time high of almost $30 million with less than 2,000 holders on chain. And then in typical fashion, we saw a pretty steep retracement over the weeks that the price action stopped pumping as the narrative or meta changed in the space to reflect the boys club. That was the market cap currently, and here's our holder count. So, we're talking less than $2 million, less than 5,000 holders on chain. There's already been derivatives of the Shiv project, which means it is a popular meta, just doesn't have any attention from investors right now. But you have a loyal community of people who are actively engaged in propagating the Shiv message because it's generally former SHIB loyalists like myself who saw this dark iteration that is the SHIB destroyer, because if you study Hindu religion, the goddess Shiva is the ultimate god of rebirth and death. It's pretty cool meta. So this is like all artwork that was originated under the idea that we have this dark Shiv, dark Shiva Inu on the path to destroy SHIB. And, I don't want to be critical or overly critical of an asset that got me very loyal to this space, but I saved my money for years in the SHIB project, believing that a deflationary asset that, and I'll circle back to what I was talking about earlier before we saw those metrics, the concept of the SHIB is really beautiful because not everybody can afford, the idea in 2021 is not everybody could afford a Dogecoin, not everybody could afford some of these digital assets, but digital assets are the future of currency. So the SHIB team came out with this really big fractional asset, and it really did set the meta moving forward for the idea of these really large allocations of tokens from the blockchain, especially on the Ethereum network, where anybody could own a large amount of tokens in theory, but people in smaller, more developing nations could still contribute and be a part of the community, because that's what meme tokens at the end of the day offer. They offer community and the ability for us all to put our money together and say we value this digital asset on the blockchain with greater respect than we value our fiat currency that has no backing from any gold standard and is essentially just a faith-based currency. So I'm really bullish on the Shiv meta. It's a question of getting attention to it, and that's largely why I made this video. I'm going to start to wrap the video up here. I am James Duryea, aka the TH3 Crypto Kid on the X platform. I host a series of spaces on Saturday 9:30, Sunday at 1 p.m., Monday at 11 a.m., and Wednesday at 6 p.m., all Pacific time. And I get into discussions with people who love the space, and I'm happy to engage you further and talk about this asset and other assets there if they come up. But in general, we talk about the assets that are being hosted. But if you like this asset, definitely check it out. Holler at me on the X platform. But this is not financial advice on Shiv.